Hey, what is up guys? It's Brennan here, and today we're going to be going through how to get student loans as an international student. Now, many of you guys who are looking to apply for college, or maybe you've already gotten into college, you're looking at getting some student loans to help fund your education. Now, it's important to, of course, stress that you should be looking at, of course, any kind of scholarships, grant programs, or work-study programs before considering private student loans to help fund your education. So that's what we're going to be diving into here in today's video. What are the eligibility look like for an international student, and how can you actually get student loans as an international student? So again, that's what we're gonna be diving into here in today's video. And of course, if you do want to check out the list of the best student loan companies that do offer lending for international students, you can go and check out that first link down below in the video description. That's brennanvalesky.com/best student loans. That will take you right over to this page here where you can compare the top student loans and student loan companies to fund your education. At the top of our list we have is College Ave at our #1 spot. After that, we have SoFi and Sallie Mae, which all three do offer funding for international students. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive deeper into how to get student loans as an international student. So I did touch, of course, on the eligibility factors, and something important to keep in mind when you're applying for student loans as an international student is that in most cases, and essentially with pretty much all lenders, according to College Ave here, is that international students will need to apply with a qualified cosigner that is a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident. Now, this is important in order for eligibility and criteria for many lenders and pretty much all lenders, that you do need to apply with a qualified cosigner that is either a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident in order to qualify as an international student. Now, this is important because for international students, you aren't eligible typically for that federal student aid from the U.S. government because you're not a U.S. citizen, because the federal and financial aid eligibility is just based for U.S. citizens or eligible non-citizens. Now, there are some eligible non-citizens that do qualify for financial aid or for federal government aid, but that list is pretty small as far as who is eligible here. Again, you do need to either be a U.S. citizen or U.S. national. This includes some cases if you're in the American Samoa or Swains Islands, or if you have a green card, have an arrival departure record, have battered immigrant status, have a T visa, or are a citizen of the freely associated states. So there are some unique cases, but for most people, you would probably not fall into that eligible non-citizen category, and you're, of course, then not U.S. citizen either. So in order to apply for student loans as an international student, most of you guys will need to apply with a qualified cosigner that is a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident. And that is for eligibility factors. Again, now in addition to that, international students with a valid social security number and a qualified cosigner who is a U.S. citizen or permanent resident is eligible to apply for a loan, and this is directly from College Ave, which is one of the top student loan providers for international students. And this information is also available directly from Sallie Mae, which is another top student loan provider that we rank in our list. As you can see here, can international students apply for private student loans? And again, the criteria does vary from lender to lender, as if they even accept international students to begin with, but a company like College Ave or even Sallie Mae here, they explain where, applying for a student loan through Sallie Mae as a non-U.S. citizen student, and this does include DACA students as well, who reside in and attend school in the U.S., are eligible with a credit-worthy cosigner who must be a U.S. citizen or U.S. permanent resident and an unexpired government-issued photo ID to verify identity. And of course, you can still get money from schools through scholarships and financial aid programs, which I would stress most of you guys, you really should try and do that as well. And it does help to start with savings, grants, and scholarships as well to help pay for college, as that can also save you a bit of money. But if you do need some additional funding for that funding gap, you can turn to private student loans as an international student, as long as you find a credit-worthy cosigner, someone like a parent, a guardian, maybe someone in the family that is willing to cosign on a loan with you. Then you'll actually be able to be eligible for those loans. Now, in terms of what what companies to consider. Of course, we talk about here on the channel is College Ave and Sallie Mae. Taking a first look at College Ave. Now, College Ave does offer a variety of different types of student loans. They offer undergraduate, parent, career loans, graduate loans as well when it comes to dental, MBA, health professions, law, and medical loans. They offer a variety of different loans. This includes both rates starting in the 3.24% APR. Now, rates, of course, are accurate as in the making of today's video. Rates are always subject to change. Now, these rates are available here for undergraduate student loans as well, and they do also offer both variable and fixed rates from College Ave, and the rates shown include an auto pay discount. Now, fixed rates stay consistent through the life of the loan, whereas variable rates are subject to market conditions and may fluctuate over time. So if you want a consistent way to stick to a budget, fixed rates are probably the way to go for most people. And even right now, they do even have lower fixed rates than variable rates. Now, unfortunately, on the high end, it is all the way up to 17.99% APR. But most of you guys who do have good credit should be able to qualify typically for a lower interest rate. But that is the range, of course, subject to your application. And speaking about the application for College Ave, it is a pretty easy online application here. Again, available at the links in the video description. You'll be taken over to this page here where you can select whether you're the student borrower or cosigner, and you can walk through the easy online application process. One of the nice benefits of using an online application like College Ave is they actually have a pre-qualification process, and according to College Ave themselves, as you can see here, checking rates won't affect your credit score. So they have an easy soft pull solution where you can see what you pre-qualify for your student loans without actually dinging your credit or, having any kind of impact to your credit score. As you can see here, checking rates won't affect your credit score. That's one of the nice perks and one of the reasons why we do rank College Ave at the #1 spot in our list for student loans. It's because you can easily see what you actually pre-qualify for without going through the full application process. Of course, if you do decide to go through the full online application process and then actually accept a loan, of course, that will affect your credit. That would be a hard pull, but at least initially it is just a soft pull for the College Ave pre-qualification application. And this is what it looks like. It's pretty easy to pick up if you are a student borrower or as the cosigners. You can easily walk through the online application. Again, links are available at the links in the video description if you'd like to apply for a student loan as an international student through College Ave. In terms of other information with College Ave as well, of course, eligibility, it's important to consider. Now, you do need to be at least 16 years old. You do need to be enrolled in an eligible school in the US, and they do have a list of schools in their application. You need to have a social security number, meet the satisfactory academic progress guidelines as defined by your school. Now, approval for the loan will depend on the borrower and cosigners, credit history, and income review. And of course, if you're an international student, you may apply with a US citizen or permanent resident cosigner. Something to keep in mind as well is that the total cost of your school admission is the maximum loan amount that you'll receive from College Ave, and it is under the total amount of school certified expenses, which are available on your school's website to see the total cost of admission. Things like that include your tuition, books, fees, cost of living, anything that you would need for your school that is directly calculated from your school's website. So you can easily find that information to provide to College Ave for the total loan amount, and that will be the total cost of your school's admission. Again, these are school certified expenses that you'll be able to list out for your school, and that is something that you need to of course, consider as far as like how much you can actually borrow and what the loan covers. Again, it is going to be, those school certified expenses. Again, this includes things like off-campus housing, groceries are all part of your school's cost of attendance. And then after your loan is dispersed to your school, any remaining funds will be refunded to you for additional expenses. Again, you can contact your school's financial aid office for more details for your student loan. Now, in terms of additional considerations with College Ave, in terms of the repayment options that they offer, you can either pay during school, and they also offer no in-school payments with deferred payment. But the nice thing about going for the paying during school is you're able to, do the full principal and interest payments, or do interest only, or a flat payment. So they have flexible terms to pay during school to pay the least amount of interest possible on your student loans if you're able to do that while you're in school. They also have different repayment terms all the way from 5, 8, 10, and 15 years. So you can save on interest, but you make, more monthly payments, or you can make larger monthly payments, but you might pay more interest if you stretch out the loan over a longer period of time. So the choice is yours, of course, and they do make co-signing pretty easy, which again is a critical process for those of you guys watching as an international student. Again, College Ave is available at the link in the video description. Now, moving along, another lender I want to talk about here is Sallie Mae. Sallie Mae is also a popular student loan provider that does accept international students as well. Now, they do have fixed rates and variable rates starting from 3.19% all the way up to 16.99% for their student loans. Now, they do offer a wide variety of different types of student loans. It comes to private student loans, undergraduate student loans, graduate loans, as well as career training loans. And they do have an online application process as well. We can select as the student or as the cosigner, which is a critical process again for international students having a cosigner. Now, do keep in mind with Sallie Mae, it is actually a hard credit pull when you go through the application process. So just keep in mind if you do decide to go with Sallie Mae that it will potentially impact your credit because it is a hard credit pull when you go through and fully submit the online application. They do not have an easy pre-qualification or soft pull like College Ave does, on the other hand, by comparison. Now, in additional information for Sallie Mae in terms of preparing for your student loan application, of course, you're going to need your address, your social security information, your school information, including your enrollment status, degree, and course of study. You also need to select the academic period of enrollment. Again, this is your semester, years in school. And then you'll also need to know, again, how much you actually need to borrow. This includes tuition, fees, books, housing, meals, travel, as well as any personal school expenses like a laptop. Again, these all qualify in your school certified expenses, which is the same process here with Sallie Mae. They will cover up to 100% of your school certified expenses, same as College Ave. So Sallie Mae and College Ave, the same in that respect. And Sallie Mae does also offer, financial aid and scholarships you expect to receive. You need that information for the application process in case you do have any other kind of money that you're going to be using for funding your education. This also includes any kind of employment information. Maybe if you are employed, or maybe you're going for a graduate student loan, and maybe you already have some credit history or some income history, that can also go into effect as well when you're considering your student loans. Again, this is the same that goes for both Sallie Mae for preparation as well as for College Ave as well. And you also may need, your financial information as well as your co-signer's information. They will need this information ready as well when you're taking a look at the loan. And then you go through and you select the interest rate repayment option, and you can accept the terms of your loan and sign it electronically. And then your school will certify your eligibility, including the enrollment verification and the loan amount, once you've submitted the online application. Now, in terms of the different types of private student loans, again, like I mentioned, they have undergraduate, career training loans, bar study loans, graduate school loans, MBA, medical school, medical residency, dental residency, health professions, law school loans, flight school loans, and nursing school loans. So they do have a wide variety of different types of loans when you're looking at Sallie Mae and in terms of what your loan options are. Now, when you're considering different student loan lenders as an international student, again, it's important to consider, what makes the most sense for you, and seeing, what you pre-qualify from certain lenders, maybe talking to different lenders. Again, if you would like to check out the list of the best student loans, you can go check out those links linked down below in the video description. They'll take you over to this page here where you can compare the top student loan companies as an international student for getting funding for your education. So guys, I hope you found this video helpful on, again, how to get student loans as an international student. Again, I would highly advise, check for grants, check for scholarships, scholarships, any other kind of additional funding. If you need that additional funding from student loans, again, hopefully you found this video helpful. Again, you go and check out those links linked down below in the video description if you'd like to apply for student loans from any of the lenders or even our Top Lender College app. Again, guys, hope you found this video helpful. If you did, then be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Anyway, guys, that's all for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.